Hey, it's Bill Heinrich with True Life Purpose Now. I want to talk about getting past the cartoon character mentality. Now, you're probably thinking, what the heck is he talking about? But what I'm talking about is, have you ever seen the way cartoon characters act? This is the same thing that people do. It's like being a cartoon character. Let's talk about getting beyond the cartoon character mentality. They live in a very cartoon characters live in a very narrow world and do things that people that live with expansion and with an open mind find funny. You watch them and you laugh, but a lot of people live this way. It's not an ordinary existence. When you move beyond it, you transcend into an ordinary resistance. When you move beyond it, you go from being reactive to situations. Remember the Roadrunner and the wolf with the Acme company always going after him, always in reaction. And you go instead to having very profound insights. It's a shift in your perspectives. You unlock new ways of seeing things just by being open minded. You start to transcend conventional limitations and you'll question conventional narratives like success just being in, is it internal fulfillment or external accumulation? Most people see it as external accumulation. I don't. I see it as internal fulfillment. And what comes along with that is an external worldview that's based on abundance, joy, peace, love, joy, and freedom. It's really when you have the internal fulfillment, it's an incredible way to live rather than living like a cartoon character in a little narrow valley. You're much easier to identify and see these invisible walls and fences that people put up to protect themselves. And I always see limitless potential. I talk with my clients all the time: potential, possibilities, and probabilities. What potential do they see in their life? What possibility is it that they could tap into some of it? And what's the probability that they would actually take action on it? We're always looking for this. We have greater insight in universal principles. Life is a symphony of universal laws. And when you understand the universal laws, you can really control and create your life and create an incredible life. Like the law of cause and effect. For every cause, there's an effect, and every effect has a cause. Which side of that are you on? And how are you seeing it? Our thoughts and feelings are energetic signals. Energy is what's important. You must understand energy if you want to live a powerful, fulfilling life. You have empowerment through conscious awareness, conscious work, conscious responsibility, conscious choices. You're always in creation rather than reaction. Now, here's what's interesting about reaction: take the R off the front of it and put it right after the C, switch the art, you go to from creation to reaction. Think about that. When you have interconnectedness with others, there's long-term possibilities, potential, and probabilities. Just because you're interconnected with more people and you're more open-minded, everything is connected. Problems are symptoms that can be changed, and they're catalysts to make your life better. When you make good choices, you get the ripple effect throughout your own life. We think in terms of legacy, purpose, and the highest good. That's what we're really after. When you contrast that with a limited reactive view, you're in a perpetual state of reaction. Actions are predictable, and your emotional range is very narrow. It's a very self centered perspective. it eats your energy. You're always going to be tired, worn out, and feel like everybody's after you. You become the victim. It creates stress, overwhelm, and frustration. Constantly creates that. Some of the practices that you can work with are mindful observation. Mindfully see what's going on truthfully. Ask why frequently. Be open minded. Ask questions. Understand that no two people are the same. Allow people to be who they are and gain a better understanding and empathy of why they're that way. You'll learn something. I'm not saying that you should live that way. I'm just saying that you should be aware of it because it creates open mindedness and it will improve your life drastically. You can engage new perspectives in life that way. Meditation is a great way to expand your awareness. Just meditating a few minutes every day will make a huge difference. Read things that are outside of your comfort zone. Don't be afraid to step outside your comfort zone. Your comfort zone is where you feel protected. Let go of this protection. Know that no one's going to hurt you. It's okay to get more information, to learn more, because then you're always energetically, you're expanding your awareness. Instead of having that restricted worldview where your opinions are very steep. And when they're steep, they're like that. And when I go like that's blocking you, that's unyielding rigidity. You're unwilling to consider alternatives, a strong defensive position and stance and perspective in your life all the time. Perceived scarcity of truth perspective. There's not enough to go around. You've got to protect what you have. And you have a subconscious defensive mechanism. You're always in the state of defending. Stop it. It keeps you locked down. You have rigid adherence to protect your scarce resources and ideas. You're guarding your time, your energy, your opinions, and your identity. So you end up isolated. You cling to what's known out of fear. And what you know is so limited, it's very sad. And you have a tendency to defend and protect outdated ideas. You're underpinned by fear. Fear is the basis in your life. Anxiety about change, vulnerability, and the unknown, fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of judgment. It constricts your mind, puts you in a narrow space. You have a strong preference for very predictable realities and outcomes. So you're tightly controlling and manipulating situations. You have difficulty embracing new ideas. There's energetic disruptions to your established order for these predictable realities. It requires a shift in perspective. You dismiss rationalization or use rationalizations, dismiss other ideas, and will typically have a hostile behavior. You have lack of bandwidth and flexibility. It just isn't going to happen. The consequences are stagnation and missed opportunities. Growth requires movement forward and openness. So you can get in touch with opportunities that are unseen. You're in a state like when you're doing that, you're in perpetual unfulfillment. You're just blocking everything. It's much better to express your hopes, dreams, and aesthetics. Radiate high vibration energy. Have an energetic blueprint that you stay focused in on. And you have physical manifestation of your inner hopes and dreams. Rather than feeling inferiority to others, when you're doing this, it's a complete contrast to that surrendered state of protection. The light, the brightness, the energy illuminates your unfulfilled desires, allows you to make choices and manifest in your life. You have internal subconscious comparison, so you know the right choices to make. It doesn't trigger inadequacy and resentments. It triggers potential, opportunities, probabilities, possibilities all the time, always happening in your life. The challenges of conventional norms is stepping outside acceptable behaviors. It's very unsettling for any of you who conform and hold that protective space. You see it as an anomaly or a threat to what you have. The importance of not dimming your light, your vibration. You maintain the cornerstone of the highest vibration possible. It expands energy. Your purpose, you become fully embodied in self and have the opportunity to create and manifest the life of your dreams. These are some things for you to think about. I'm Bill Heinrich with True Life Purpose Now. If you would like to break free from some of those things and start living a more expansive life, you can go to speaktobill.com, get an appointment on my calendar. Would love to chat with you. I've got programs that can show you how to just explode your life wide open.